Ladies and gentlemen, the difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of fortune is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice, of decision, of unwavering belief in the power that lies dormant within you. You were not born to be average. You were born with the same faculties, the same limitless mind, the same inner power that built empires and turned dreams into destiny. The first step is desire, a burning consuming desire for something greater than yourself. Not a fleeting wish, not a half-hearted hope, but a definite, pulsating purpose that keeps you awake at night and pulls you from bed before the sun rises. Every fortune begins as a dream, but it becomes real only when desire turns it into obsession. Next comes faith. You must believe without the shadow of a doubt that what you desire is already yours. Plant that belief so deeply into your subconscious that it becomes unshakable. Faith is the bridge between your thoughts and your reality. What the mind can conceive and believe it will achieve. Then there is the tool of autosuggestion. Speak your dream aloud. Repeat your goal with emotion morning and night until your very being vibrates with its certainty. The words you feed your mind become the seeds of your future. Guard your thoughts, nurture them, water them with repetition and emotion until they bloom into action. Fortune does not favor the passive, it rewards the one who gathers specialized knowledge. Not all knowledge, but focused, targeted learning in the field of your desire. You need not know everything. You must only know where to find what you need and how to apply it. Read, study, learn from others, seek mentors, become the expert in your domain. And then you must use your imagination, not the kind used for idle daydreams, but the synthetic imagination that combines ideas, builds plans, and sees opportunities where others see obstacles. Every fortune ever built began in the workshop of the imagination. With ideas formed, it is time for organized planning. Take action. Form a clear, definite plan and begin immediately, even if you do not feel ready. Begin where you stand. Adjust along the way. Fortune favors movement, not perfection. You will face defeat, expect it, but do not surrender. Persistence is the iron quality of success. Most people give up at the first sign of struggle. You must be the one who gets back up again and again until the mountain moves. Persistence turns average men into legends. Surround yourself with a mastermind group, allies who challenge, uplift, and sharpen your vision. No one climbs alone. The combined energy of like-minded individuals multiplies your strength, your ideas, and your momentum. Above all, trust in the power of your subconscious mind. It will draw to you people, circumstances, and events that align with your dominant thoughts. Fill your mind with faith, with clarity, with your burning desire. Let no fear or doubt reside there, for they are thieves of destiny. Use your brain as a broadcasting station. Every thought you release sends out a frequency. Attract what you desire by thinking in harmony with your goals. Energy attracts like energy, and when you feel the tug of intuition, that sudden flash of knowing, that is your sixth sense, the whisper of infinite intelligence. Listen to it. It will not shout, but it always speaks. If you would rise from average to fortune, you must walk the path with discipline, decision, and a heart that refuses to quit. Fortune is not given, it is summoned by the relentless, the faithful, and the brave. You must have a clear, burning desire for something greater than yourself to fuel your journey towards fortune. Success is not about avoiding failure, but about refusing to quit in the face of it. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. It is the flame that ignites the journey toward success, the spark that triggers everything you do. No great accomplishment has ever been achieved without first having a powerful, burning desire. This is not just a vague wish or a passing fancy. Desire is a force. It's a relentless pull that keeps you moving forward, even when the road is difficult, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when you feel like giving up. To understand the significance of desire, let's break it down further. Desire is the starting point because it determines everything that follows. When you are crystal clear about what you want, your mind begins to align with that goal. Every thought, every action, every decision becomes focused on making that desire a reality. Without desire, there is no direction, no purpose. Desire is the compass that guides you through the storm of distractions, temptations, and challenges that arise on the journey. It shapes the way you see the world, the way you think, and the way you act. It makes the difference between a life lived aimlessly and a life lived with intention. The importance of desire cannot be overstated. Think about the most successful individuals in history, people who have achieved things that most people thought impossible. What made them different from the rest? The answer is simple. Their desire was unshakable. Whether it was Thomas Edison inventing the light bulb, Henry Ford revolutionizing the automobile industry, or Andrew Carnegie building an empire, it all started with an intense desire to create something that did not exist before. They could not have accomplished what they did if they hadn't had a burning desire that kept them going despite countless setbacks, failures, and doubts. Desire is not just about wanting something. It is about being so committed to that thing that you are willing to put in the work, the sacrifice, and the persistence required to make it happen. You see, a lot of people want things. They want success, they want wealth, they want fame, or they want happiness. But wanting is not enough. Desire is more than just wanting. Desire is having such a deep and emotional connection to your goal that it becomes a part of you. It becomes an obsession, a driving force that propels you through difficulties. It becomes so ingrained in your mind that you cannot imagine a life without it. But here's the catch. To have such a desire, you must be willing to commit. You must be willing to dedicate yourself entirely to that desire, to invest time, effort, and resources toward achieving it. Without that commitment, desire will remain a fleeting thought, a dream that never materializes. Commitment is what separates those who succeed from those who only dream of success. Commitment to your desire also means that you are prepared to make sacrifices. Every goal requires sacrifice. There will be times when you have to give up comfort, leisure, or even relationships to move closer to your goal. But this is where desire truly shows its power. When your desire is strong enough, you won't mind making those sacrifices because you know that the reward will far outweigh any temporary discomfort you face. You will learn to see obstacles as stepping stones, not as roadblocks. Your desire will give you the strength to push through the hardest challenges, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to the life you envision. One of the most powerful aspects of desire is that it draws you closer to opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your goal. When your desire is clear and strong, your mind becomes like a magnet, attracting everything you need to make your vision a reality. You begin to see opportunities where others see nothing. You hear ideas that others overlook. You meet people who can help you on your journey. Desire opens your eyes to the hidden possibilities that are always around you, but only visible when you are tuned to the frequency of your deepest ambitions. But it's not enough to just want something. You must have a specific and definite desire, something clear and tangible. The more specific your desire, the more focused your efforts will be. Ambiguous desires are weak and lead to scattered energy. A vague goal like "I want to be successful" is not enough. What does success look like to you? What kind of success do you want to achieve? Is it financial, personal growth, the creation of something that has never existed before? The clearer and more specific your desire is, the more likely you are to achieve it. To cultivate such a powerful desire, you must first understand why you want it. What is the underlying motivation behind your goal? What is the emotional driver that will sustain you when the going gets tough? The reason behind your desire is what fuels its power. Without a strong emotional connection to your goal, your desire will lack the depth and strength required to overcome obstacles. It's the emotional connection to your desire that keeps you going when others quit, that pushes you to keep learning, keep improving, and keep moving forward when everything else seems to be against you. Desire is also the foundation for everything else you need to succeed. It is the first step, but it leads to the development of other qualities that are necessary for success, such as faith, persistence, and self-discipline. Once you have desire, you are more likely to develop the persistence needed to follow through, the faith needed to keep believing in yourself, and the discipline needed to stay focused. Desire builds a mindset that says, "I will not stop until I achieve my goal." It creates the drive to go further, work harder, and stay committed. But here's something you must understand. Your desire alone won't be enough. While desire is powerful, it must be coupled with action. Desiring something without taking action is like planting a seed and never watering it. Nothing happens without effort. If your desire is strong enough, you will take action, and that action will begin to move you toward your goal. Each small step you take will lead you closer to your objective, even if you can't yet see the full picture. Desire must be followed by a relentless commitment to action. The process of achieving your desires won't be easy. There will be obstacles, there will be setbacks, and there will be times when you feel like giving up. But if your desire is strong enough, it will carry you through these difficult times. It will become a constant source of motivation and determination. When others quit, you will keep going. When others say it can't be done, you will find a way to make it happen. Desire is the fuel that powers persistence, and persistence is the key that unlocks the door to your dreams. The story of every great person who has ever achieved anything started with one thing, a burning desire. The same is true for you. The key to unlocking your potential lies in the power of your desire. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter if you have limited resources, no connections, or no experience. What matters is that you have a desire that burns so brightly within you that nothing can extinguish it. That desire will propel you forward, help you overcome obstacles, and guide you toward the fulfillment of your dreams. And as you take steps toward your desires, remember that success is not a destination but a journey. It's not about the end result. It's about who you become along the way. Your desire will transform you, shape you, and mold you into a person who can handle the fortune and success you seek. The strength of your desire will determine the strength of your character, and character is what will sustain your success over the long term. Persistence is the key to overcoming defeat. It is the quality that distinguishes those who achieve greatness from those who give up along the way. When you set out on the path toward your dreams, you are bound to encounter obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. These are the times when many people quit, when the pressure becomes too much, when the weight of failure threatens to crush them. But it is in these very moments of struggle that persistence becomes your greatest ally. Think about the stories of the world's most successful individuals. They were not immune to failure. They did not have a clear, straight path to success. They, too, faced difficulties, often more than most, but what set them apart from the masses was their refusal to quit. They did not let failure define them, they let it refine them. They understood that every failure was not a defeat but a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to their ultimate success. You must understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of the process. It is a necessary element of achievement. If you are not failing, you are not pushing yourself hard enough. It's easy to look at someone who has achieved great things and think that they had it easy, that they were somehow lucky. But the truth is, behind every success story is a tale of persistence, of fighting through adversity, of refusing to give up when the world tells you to quit. It is not the lack of failure that leads to success. It is the ability to get back up every time you fall. When you persist, you send a message to the universe that you are not a quitter, that you are determined, that you have a purpose, and you will stop at nothing to fulfill it. Persistence is the force that turns dreams into reality. It gives you the strength to continue even when you don't see immediate results, when the journey feels too long, and when you feel like you are getting nowhere. It is the belief that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. You see, most people give up far too soon. They encounter the first obstacle and think that it's a sign that they are on the wrong path. They experience the first taste of failure and decide it's not worth continuing. But the truth is, success rarely comes in the form we expect it. It does not come easily, and it does not come without sacrifice. To achieve anything worth having, you must be prepared to fight for it, to continue despite the odds, to stand tall in the face of adversity, and most importantly, to persist when everyone else around you is telling you to give up. Persistence is the foundation of all great achievements. It is what keeps you going when motivation fades, when the excitement of the beginning wears off, and when the initial enthusiasm gives way to doubt. Motivation can inspire you to take the first step, but persistence is what gets you through the second, the third, the 100th, and the 1000th step. It is what pushes you to keep going when the journey seems endless, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, and when the road ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. But persistence is not just about brute force. It is also about flexibility. The path to success is rarely a straight line. You will face detours, setbacks, and moments when things don't go according to plan. Persistence means being able to adapt, to learn from your failures, to pivot when necessary, and to continue moving forward even when you have to change direction. Persistence does not mean stubbornly clinging to a plan that is clearly not working. It means being resilient, learning from your mistakes, and finding new ways to overcome obstacles. One of the most powerful examples of persistence comes from the world of innovation and invention. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb. Edison faced countless failures on his way to success. He was rejected by investors, his ideas were ridiculed, and he experienced failure after failure in his experiments. Yet he did not give up. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." It was his persistence, his refusal to accept defeat, that ultimately led to the invention of the light bulb. Edison's story is a testament to the power of persistence. Had he given up after his first failure, his 10th or his 100th, the world would have been deprived of one of the greatest inventions in history. The same lesson can be found in the story of Abraham Lincoln. Before becoming one of the most revered U.S. presidents, Lincoln faced failure after failure in his personal and political life. He lost several elections, went bankrupt, and faced personal struggles that would have broken most people. But Lincoln never gave up. He persisted in his pursuit of his dreams, and eventually he became the president who led the country through its most difficult times. His life is proof that persistence, even in the face of overwhelming odds, can lead to extraordinary achievements. Persistence is not just about enduring hardships. It is also about maintaining a positive attitude through adversity. How you respond to setbacks is just as important as the setbacks themselves. When you face challenges, it's easy to become discouraged, to focus on what's not working, and to start doubting your ability to succeed. But persistent individuals understand that failure is only temporary, and that their ultimate success is inevitable as long as they keep going. They focus not on the roadblocks but on the solutions, not on the obstacles but on the opportunities to learn and grow. In order to persist, you must also have a deep sense of purpose. Without a clear understanding of why you are doing what you are doing, it becomes easy to quit when things get tough. Your purpose is the fuel that drives you forward, especially when you feel like giving up. It is what makes the pain, the struggle, and the setbacks worth it. When your purpose is clear, your desire to succeed becomes more powerful than any obstacle that comes your way. It becomes the force that propels you through the hardest times and keeps you focused on the goal. Furthermore, persistence requires patience. Success does not happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and consistent action. Many people give up because they expect instant results. They expect to work hard for a little while and see immediate rewards. But the reality is that success is a long-term endeavor. It requires sustained effort over time. You must be willing to endure the process, to keep working toward your goal even when the results aren't immediately visible. Persistence means trusting the process and believing that every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate success. It is easy to get discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as you would like, but you must trust in the power of persistence, keep showing up, keep putting in the effort, and keep moving forward, even if you don't see the results right away. Every effort you make is laying the foundation for future success. Eventually, the cumulative effect of your persistence will compound, and success will be inevitable. There is a certain magic in persistence. It is a power that can turn dreams into reality, that can overcome any obstacle, and that can push you to reach heights you never thought possible. When you persist, you signal to the world that you are serious, that you are committed, and that you will not stop until you have achieved your goals. It is the key that unlocks every door and the force that drives every achievement. In the end, the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who fall short is simple: the willingness to persist. Desire may ignite the spark, but it is persistence that keeps the fire burning. When you face setbacks, when the road gets tough, and when the world tells you to quit, it is your persistence that will see you through. The great achievers are not those who avoid failure, but those who refuse to be defeated by it. They understand that each challenge is not a sign of weakness, but an opportunity to grow stronger. To go from average to extraordinary, you must cultivate the kind of persistence that refuses to let circumstances dictate your success. Keep your desire alive, your focus sharp, and your commitment unwavering. Because in the end, success isn't a matter of luck. It's the result of relentless determination, of showing up day after day, and of refusing to be discouraged by failure. With persistence, there is no goal too distant, no dream too big. You are capable of far more than you realize, but you must commit to the journey, no matter how difficult it may seem. The only true defeat is the one you accept, and as long as you persist, you will continue to grow, to learn, and to move closer to the life you were meant to live.